been ready for a few minutes. Guys, we'll see you on Game 2 in just a moment.
In the southern Arctic Ocean lies an archipelago of Caledonian granite. Frigid and foreboding, these frozen rocks and sparse fauna will shortly become unwilling witnesses to the rigours of naval combat. This is Northern Waters. Northern Waters is a 42 by 42 kilometre domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The Alpha cap is on the left, Bravo is in the centre, and Charlie is on the right. Capture Area Alpha is isolated from the map centre by 2 large islands along the eastern edge. These islands provide limited cover for radar cruisers who may want to deploy nearby, while a narrow channel connects the cap to the middle of the map. In the centre, Cap Bravo contains hard cover in the centre for intrepid destroyer captains hoping to secure control. Just like the Alpha Cap though, there are islands along the eastern edge that provide at least some cover for radar cruisers to defend from. The scattered islands in and around Cap Charlie create challenges on both offence and defence. Not only do they constrict the movement of battleships in the area, they provide places for lighter units to take shelter behind and launch ambushes from. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Northern Waters.
All right, everybody, here we go. Game 2 of Team, I don't know, question mark versus AP. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know.
Oh boy! But let's take a look at Gaishu's lineup here. We've got Thunder this time. So interesting. We've had a change in battleship. Coco is now gone, and we have Artia now in the Thunder. That's a big difference, big change.
Well,
we had Triple Des Moines.
We had Baird last game, but we've changed battleship players. You're right.
That's correct. Yep. So we've got Triple Des Moines. We've got once again Worcester, and then we've got Z52. And just like you had mentioned, we now see the Smalllands being run loose on both sides.
Yep, indeed. AP going Ohio, Yamato, Des Moines, Salem, Goliath, and Moskva. Very similar to last game. We saw them. We've seen Lowski use that Goliath pretty well in most of the games that it's been taken in, rounding things off with Takashika and a Nevsky, and then double Smallland of their own. Now, this may be the first time. It's not the first time this tournament we've seen a Z52, but I mean, this is a great map for it. Certainly one of the best maps for it in the game.
I mean, this is. Didn't this map come out when the Pan-European destroyers were released?
No, Northern Waters came out last year. We played this earlier this year. No, maybe you're right. Maybe it did come out earlier this year. I think you're probably right.
I just have this feeling like it came out at the same time, because in my mind, like when I see Northern Waters, I think Pan-European destroyer because I was grinding it so much.
Well, Joke shoving Turkish into the cap, bottom end of the B cap. Not really surprising. I mean, that's what you do with a Z52 in this game, if you're going to take one. The other 2 destroyers, the both other Smalllands, that's Gaishu and Amatsukaze kind of playing the flanks here. Turkish does bag B.
Shots there.
I guess there was a
Take
radar.
Some damage for his trouble, but
yeah, I guess they got a radar in on him. Probably Takashika's Nevsky. Yeah, it looks like he backed up far enough for Takashika to get a radar in on him. But one of the nice things
I was actually just about to comment how most of the time we see the Z52 going up to this middle island here, but it felt like he wasn't, and I'm thinking, why is he not doing that? And well, there's your answer, Takashika, right there, ready to go.
There's no need for him to go crazy deep in the cap, right? He can sit at the bottom end and still cap it. But that smoke hydro combo does allow him to maybe defend it better later in a match. The other thing that I think a lot of people underestimate about Z52, it has a tremendous health pool, right? 24,000 HP you see there on Turkish. That's noteworthy, right? That's not easy to chew through.
Good point.
Early destroyer fight here.
Early
destroyer fight here across the C cap. Amatsukaze and KV trading fire, pushing each other off the C cap. Over at A, snoozing Mako's Des Moines. Yeah. Snoozing Mako's Des Moines snuggled up tight to this island as Gaishu tries to work onto the bottom end. Polsky, his opposite number on the top end of the cap, doing likewise. Polsky puts his radar up, but does not find anybody. Gaishu just out of range of it.
Good maneuvering by Gaishu there.
Yep, he just now is picked. Oh, he opened fire. That would be why. Taking Quincy's Salem under fire. You see AP trying to push the Salem up to this little island on the edge of the cap. That's a very strong position. We've seen quite a number of other teams do this.
And they're sending 2 ships, obviously one to cover each side of the island.
Indeed. So AP now has kind of done something almost identical to what they did on the 9-10 line on North. Now they're doing it here on the 1-2 line on Northern Waters, right? With the Salem Des Moines, the radar destroyer, and then a Russian cruiser backed up by a battleship. So 5 ships here for AP. Obviously, they mean to push through the A-cap in some fashion.
Hey, if it works, then why fix it, right?
Yeah, if it works, it's going to be up to Joke and to see if they can hold it, put their fingers in the dam and hold it back.
Turkish now rotating over to try to help stem the tide over at A.
Putting some torpedoes through that gap into the A-cap. That's a nice position for him, and Z-52's torpedoes do reload decently quickly, even if they don't hit tremendously hard.
And we got a bit of a beach party going on now as Quincy and Jason are both in the same spot on the island. I'm surprised to see them take that similar positioning here.
Well, they did something very similar on North, right? The goal was for them to combine their firepower and zone out Mako, and they did it on North, right? We watched them do it. They both came through that little gap. Of course, they lost Quincy for their trouble, but they pushed the Des Moines-Salem pairing through over there, specifically to just, double the rate of fire. Eventually, the Des Moines goes down.
Look at Baird. Somehow he's down a half already. Must have taken a really big hit from Absolute Detonation's Yamato when he turned out.
Possibly. Don't think... Yeah, the Smolensk torpedoes should not have had the range to do much back there. Could also just be a bunch of fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Between the Moskva, Des Moines, Salem, he could just be on lots of fires, on double fires right there.
Clearly, the action, though, in this game is over at A.
At the moment, absolutely. You see again the Des Moines-Salem pairing trying to zone out Mako, and AP repositioning now, bringing Jason around the backside of the island. Let's look at this from Joke's perspective. What can they see? Yep, they can see this all happening.
Mm-hmm. Remember, guys, we have the ability to see both sides thanks to this awesome spectator mode that Wargaming has put together. We can, at will, change. So here's AP's view, and we can change to see the vision of Gaishu's team as well, or we can just leave it on for both.
Indeed. At the moment, Joke does seem to be doing a really good job of holding off this AP push, but they, again, look at the amount of damage that Baird's Yamato has absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
On 25% HP, kind of back here along the eye line, and they're continuing to just throw as much HE at him as they can. Well, except for Absolute Detonation's Yamato.
Looks like they're fixing to start pushing soon. They're just, I think, waiting for Absolute Detonation's Yamato to come around this corner. And with Polsky screening for him, Absolute Detonation knows he's pretty safe from torpedoes. Oshi, though, he'll be okay. He's pulling forward now.
Well, this is almost exactly the play that they made along the 10 line last map. They're just flop things around. They're making it from the other direction this time. I will note that Gaishu's team is a little down on health at the moment, simply because of all the damage that Baird's Yamato has absorbed. He's the only one on the team that's really taken noteworthy damage. Mako's doing a great job of guarding his HP and hugging that island close on the south end of the A-cap.
Yeah, but he's not quite dead yet.
Oh, not even close.
Matter of fact, he is getting better.
Now, I'm wondering what, if you're both of these teams, you're looking at the other side of the board. Like, we've seen all this action today. We've focused on all this action today. But what's going on the other side of the board here, right? Nobody owns the C-cap at the moment. They have successfully pushed KV back off of it for now. That will give Amatsukaze a chance to bag it. But once
Woshi's in trouble. Woshi is now getting farmed by Gaishu Smolensk. He's being also shot at by M373, and I'm sure that Baird is fixing to shoot. There it is, I think. Here it comes. Yamato salvo. Woshi's got to move. He sees it.
Well, and Woshi's got more trouble because as he makes this turn, He's going to show his beautiful broadside to M3. Oh, they bag a Matsukaze. Oh, no. Catastrophic loss over here for Gaishu's team. They did just bag C, but it cost them their destroyer.
One of them, but you can see the other destroyer is now coming to take the mantle at sea.
Now, Zath, note something else is happening. AP has pulled back from this one-line push. They're rotating the Salem and the Yamato back north.
It's interesting. Generally speaking, we've commented on this before. Generally speaking, if you push, you sacrifice health to do so. And I don't think they really feel like they need to be sacrificing health right now, but they got to be careful not to go too far away. Mako now, oh, he'd be fine. You know, if they move too far away from A, then that allows Okura and Baird to push back up the one line and counter, and then get behind Woshi. Woshi's in a really bad position right now.
Yeah, Woshi I feel like is a little caught out. Like over the long haul, he's going to struggle to win a rate of fire exchange with a Des Moines and a Smolensk, which Gaishu now starting in on Woshi as well. I feel like Woshi's obviously the play at the moment. He's the most exposed person on AP in terms of both health and position. You know these guys are looking for a kill to claw back after what happened to a Matsukaze.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna get it. It's
a question of when.
I mean,
now
not sooner than that Kremlin game we saw the other day.
Remember where I talked about AP rotating the Salem and Absolute Detonation's Yamato back? You start to see why now, because M3 is now the key to keeping Woshi on the board. Now they have to put pressure on M3, and you see that happening now. Both Quincy's Salem and Absolute Detonation's Yamato starting to drop shells on him as they do get Woshi off the board.
Yep. And I like how KY is also getting in on the action here with some shots as he gets behind cover. Just doing a little bit of damage in while M373 can't do anything about it because, look, there's an island there.
Yep, M3 radars, so they can pick up KV for a little bit. They do get some resets along the way. But one thing that they've done in kind of, you know, they've rotated one of the small ones into B. Again, they have a ship lead, just like last game. But I feel like, you know, they've pulled back. I'm wondering, they've left, who is this? This is Jason's Des Moines alone to kind of guard the A cap. I'm going to be curious to see if maybe, now that Baird is healed back up, if he can have an impact on the A cap, how they decide they're going to play this.
Look at Absolute Detonation's Yamato. He's completely turned back around. Here come the shots on Okura. Waiting for Jason's radar. Perfectly timed. And the island says, okay, he can shoot over me. Not a ton of damage.
No, not catastrophic. 3 or 4K there. A solid hit.
But it's enough to get Okura to turn and have to respond to that threat, that additional threat I don't think he was expecting.
It is indeed.
Polsky dodges torps just fine. But look over at C cap. We were talking about C over there for a bit. Awatsukaze goes down, but Gaishu's still able to grab the cap on the account of AP kind of pulling assets away and spreading out more.
They've kind of just left that cap entirely. Gaishu's guys had rotated Turkish over there.
Oh. KV taking a torp in the middle from the Z-52.
That's huge.
And
now under fire by a Smolensk. Guys, they need this kill.
About the same place.
They got it. There it is.
Just about the same place we saw the Daring guy yesterday.
Now both teams down one destroyer. AP still trails by about 130 points, but they have a cap advantage. They've really what I like about this is that they've been unafraid to change their board position when the situation required it.
Look at this standoff here.
I was just saying the Des Moines staring match at A. I was just noticing that. At the moment, it feels like not only you're keeping this situation at A, like there's 2 or 3 ships pinned into place by this, right? Because it's not just Okura, it's snoozing Mako behind him as well.
Well, that's the thing about board positioning is you put your pieces in a place so they can support each other to the point where you lock down the ability of the enemy to maneuver around you. And that's kind of what's happening here. Just waiting for Absolute Detonation to get in with his Yamato, though, to turn the tide. Sure. Oh, look at Quincy. Look at Quincy. Taking advantage of the lapse in judgment from Okura, backing up too far.
Oh, yeah, they've got Okura pinned in here. Okura trying to find a position. Looks like he does manage to sneak one in.
That's going to get him out in front of
Yamato
Detonation's guns a lot sooner than he had hoped for.
They're absolutely gonna kill Okura. They're gonna push the Yamato right up in his face and wipe him out. They've pinned him in. He's got nowhere to run. That will allow AP to pick up probably their first lead of the game when Okura goes down.
Right, but Okura is backing around the island, so the Yamato doesn't have a shot on him for a little while. That's going to allow...
Zath, I almost feel like Mako should move up around the corner and punish Quincy for this move, but he's doing the exact opposite.
Well, I think Mako's afraid if he does so, then he'll be the next target for the Yamato when he pushes.
Yeah, that's a good
point. Here comes
Jason.
Jason.
That's a good point. The Yami would just feast on him next, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. But it's like Mako was listening to you. He's backing up and he's fixing to get some guns on target.
Yep. They're going to pull him out completely, as that does change the lead. AP moves out to their first lead of the game. Questioning how long they'll be able to hold it now. Turkish is going to grab B.
Mako loses half his health in a Yamato salvo from detonation as he comes around the board and says, "Oh, I'll just shoot the other Des Moines. That's okay."
Yeah. I will say that pushing Baird back as far as they did with all the fire damage really impacted that flank.
Absolutely.
Very tight game. Now, 4 minutes to play.
Issues Thunder is coming down in severe fire. He's about to go down. That's RTS sub QT VT tuber Hollow CN.
You're gonna read the whole thing? Okay.
Why not? If he's gonna name it that, then I should read the whole thing.
I guess so. They're trying to salvage him now, or at least get some damage out of him before he goes off the board. He takes an AP salvo at Lowski's Goliath. Doesn't really get anything out of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It looked like that could have been really painful for Lowski.
Indeed. There's another lead change now, but it's going to swip back the other way just as soon as VTuber here goes off the board. Should come here in the next couple of salvos. There it is. However, it's not enough for the moment. At the moment, the cap advantage does mean that despite being down 2 ships, Gaishu's team is on track to win in a couple of minutes. So now it's on AP to flex this ship lead that they have and parlay that into a win.
Got to get into B. They got to stop the cap. They got to get a kill, possibly.
They definitely
now coming under fire.
Definitely putting some pressure here on Turkish.
Go down here.
There comes the radar. Is Polsky? I wonder if Polsky is hydroed. I assume that he is. He is. They've got him locked up. He cannot get away.
Yep.
2,000 HP and falling. Yep. If Gaishu's guys bag the small one, that might be the end of the game. They just lost sight of him. Doesn't matter. They do get him. They do get him. That takes more.
Turkish takes a big hit now.
Yep, more time off the timer. Turkish is now the play. They've got to try and kill him.
Post needs to get in here.
They have no eyes on Turkish anymore. They've lost sight. 40 seconds.
Using Mako, I think, is the target for AP. They're trying to get him. They got both ships coming around the corner here. Takashita as well.
They've got time.
They gotta get this. They gotta get this kill.
They've got time to kill Mako, but they need one of these Ohio salvos to connect if it's going to happen. This is the last chance for the Ohio to do significant damage. He does. 18 seconds. If these guys win this game's it's going to be by the skin of their teeth.
Here comes Jason right up the butt.
4,000 HP, 9 seconds. Is Mako going off the board? 23 hit points. They got him. They got him. Literally with seconds to go. It's still not enough. At the moment, it's still not enough.
And that was my comment earlier about Prost. Like, have to get in here. He beats
but they got Lowski. That's huge.
Oh, Lowski goes down.
That's it. That's the game. That's it. When you get games that close, a single kill will flip the score, and there it was. What a crazy game. But Gaishu manages to pull it off. That team, man, we keep seeing them do crazy things.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. GG to both teams.
Very well played.
In this case, whoops, I set the wrong winner. Lol.
Oh, I've done that before. Don't feel bad.
Gaishu clawing back to get the victory.
Don't feel bad. I've done that many times.